Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. It's a Hay House product. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Also a Hay House product. I don't know their current website off the top of my head, but if you look up Hay House as one word in astrology, you should easily find it. I know that current deck of Lucy's is not in print, but I don't know if she has anything else actually going currently. What do we have for Leo? And I'm like slapping down the cards. A lot of energy. Slap, slap. Ooh. Why is your card over there? Okay. This is like, I already feel like things are a bit jumbled and all over the place, so. Alright, the justice is coming forward on your side, so sometimes justice is a little bit hard to deal with, though. But justice is coming forward on your side. It's almost like I feel like what we're going into is like, it's not so much the fact that it's working out to your advantage or to your credit. It's more about who did what and realizing that somebody wasn't working to your best interest and figuring that out. I feel like that might be what we're going towards. Because the Seven of Wands is here. Somebody's fighting to keep things where they want it. Somebody's fighting to keep it what they want it to be. Your energy has the Seven of Cups. You're giving them a chance. They seem to be pushing it and wanting it. They want it this way. They want it this way. They want it this way. And you're like, all right, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot. All right. And you seem to be very dedicated to that. Is this Pentacles? Yep. The Muse of Pentacles is like the King of Pentacles. It's the highest card. In normal decks, I read the King and Queen as equals, so it's just basically saying, like, it's not dependent on gender. This is just saying you're very strong, you're in control of this. This person is leading, but it feels like you're allowing them to lead. If you wanted to usurp that, you could, but you're like, they want this, they want that. They're also struggling with it, is what I'm getting. They're struggling with whatever they're doing. But they want to do it, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna let them be because that's what they want. And I feel like they're telling you stuff that's not quite true. They're telling you they like something or something's better than it actually is. I feel like there's a lot of holes in this situation. This is the challenge card. The Ten of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords is basically, they're telling you it's all secure, it's all good. They're telling you what they feel like they need to tell you, and you're not questioning it. If that's what you're saying, okay, then you have it under control. Alright, you say it's good, then it's good. Fine. You're not arguing with them. I don't feel like you want to. You're like, okay, if you're doing well, then you're doing well. If they screw it up, it's on them. I feel like you're fine with it. Like, alright. Because, like, if they're lying to you, like, they'll pay for that on their own. I think they're lying to you. This is their challenge card. I feel like they're lying to you. They're telling you what they feel like they need to say to get what they want. This is what works for them. It's kind of like when you try to, when you don't want to go to a party and somebody invites you, instead of saying, I don't want to go, you're just like, oh, I got other things going that night, even though you don't. That's kind of that type of energy. Kind of that type of energy. The truth will come forward, though. That's no shock. This person isn't doing well with whatever this is. And I feel like you're going to kind of bow out of it. I think you learned a lot about... it's not there yet, but when it comes forward, you're going to have learned a lot about this person. And I feel like it's the dishonesty kind of like... It was a lot of minimal things, but it added up to major things. And there was so much lying going on that it's kind of like you're very disappointed in this, and you're just kind of like, I'm just going to bow out of it. You do have the Three of Swords, which tells me you're very disappointed, kind of heartbroken, like this person just really disappointed you. It's kind of heartbroken, kind of like, not so much about the situation, it's about the person. The fact that they lied to you, and they lied to you a lot. Like, a lot. And it's kind of like it didn't have to go that bad. It never had to be that way. It's a lot of useless lying. Like, it's a lot of lying that never needed to happen. Kind of like... It's kind of like lying about a trip somebody went on, and making it sound a lot better than it actually was. And it's kind of like, why did you do that? Like, why would you lie that much about that? It makes no sense. There's nothing to gain from that. It's my dog. Sorry. Apparently I bore him. They're trying to emulate your energy, but they're not doing it right either. And I feel like they're trying to like play it off that way, like, well, you do this, so I can do this. And you're like, no, I don't lie like that. No, I don't do. I say I'm gonna do something, and I do it. I don't lie. Like, I feel like they're a little bit distorted with that. They're like, well, you just say things and then you make them happen. And you're like, exactly, I make them happen. I don't just say stuff and then have it fall flat on the ground. I don't say I'm going to go for a trip and then sit home in my rocking chair. I go and do stuff. If I say I'm going to do it, then I do it. That's not a lie. Saying you're going to do something and then never doing it, that's a lie. And I feel like this is kind of, might get under your skin a little bit because they're kind of like trying to paint you out like you do the same thing. You're like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I say I'm going to do something and I do it. You said you were going to do something and you did not. That's what makes it a lie. And I feel like they're kind of like mincing words with you on this. And you're like, no, it's a lie if you don't do it. I say I'm going to do it and I do it. I say I'm going to do it because I'm going to do it. There's grace and there's creativity here. Kind of like, I don't feel like you're getting into a screaming match with this person. I just feel like they're just the farther they go, the more disappointing they are. I don't even think you're wasting much breath on it. You're just kind of like absorbing this, like, wow, like, no, we're not the same. That's not the same. Like, that is, I want to like almost explain it again because it's really like annoying. Kind of like, no, if you say you're going to do something and you do it, that's upholding to your word. If you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, that's when it becomes a lie. You're not worth your word. Like, that's different. That is not the same thing. And they keep trying to play it off like it is. And I feel like they're looking at you like, you know, like you're making a mountain out of a molehill, and you're like, no, this is not. I'm not interested in this. I feel like the energy here is not matching. Like, you're really looking at this person kind of like, no, I don't have time for liars. Lies don't get anything. Like, you can't do anything with a liar. You can't make plans. You can't make things happen. You can't go anywhere with them because who knows if they're ever going to be there. You can't trust a word they say when they're that, especially if they're this bad of a liar. And you're like, I have no time for this. It's the Temperance card, but I don't feel like it has anything to do with the energy. I feel like this is like somebody trying to emulate an energy that they don't really have. When I'm seeing the Temperance card, like they're trying to come off like they're more like you than they are. They're trying to make it everything sound rosy and peachy when it's really not. Typically this does talk about Sagittarius. I don't feel that energy with this card right now. I don't feel any connection with that. What I do feel is like somebody just kind of like trying to just talk to a situation until they finally convince you. Like they just keep saying things, just trying to find something else to convince you or win you over. Like they'll just keep talking until they find the right thing to say, which you immediately notice, which is just making it worse. Kind of like you're just even more disappointed in this. They're trying to emulate you, especially because the two of these together, they're trying to emulate you and they're failing at it. It's kind of like they don't have the energy. They're playing a very sad, poor, pathetic game with it. It's not working. You're not buying it. Ultimately, you don't like you don't like it, but it's not like, how do I put this? It's not like a situation failed. It's just seeing somebody for who they are, and that's what you don't like. You like seeing them for who they are, but you don't like who they are. If I'm saying that right, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't like it that that's who they actually are. That's what it is. Like, you don't have any control over who they are, obviously. But now that you see them, you're like, oh, if I had known this before, ugh. You just don't like who they are. Justice is on your side. You are seeing the truth. It's just like the truth is just, I think I said this in the beginning too. The truth is just, it's the ugly truth. I think it's the ugly truth is basically what it is. And I'm just, they're going to talk themselves in circles, by the way. This is really, they think they're smarter than you. I also feel like you're not even playing into that. You're just kind of like, it's just so wrong, so messed up. they say things that are double-ended, that don't make sense. Things just don't make sense. There's lack of vision, lack of focus. Nothing really goes anywhere. When I get this card, I get you see it for what it is, and you're not arguing with it, because I feel like you identify that. Like, there's nothing to argue with. You can't argue with a liar. You can't, because you can't argue with a liar. There's nothing to work with there. Even if you prove to them they're a liar, they'll lie about that and say, no, you didn't. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't even feel like you're wasting your time with it. This is just something to walk away from it. I feel like that's what it's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be. I mean, all right. They all can't be sunshine roses, I guess. All right, so we're going to leave that there. I'm going to shut that down here. I'm hoping that helps in some way that makes things easier for you. So if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below as well. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.